Hello guys, welcome to another Elliott video. It's Gwen Michaels. Today we will take a quick look at those opportunities that are there in the market and how we can capture those opportunities, and also taking some threats of those opportunities. All right, so what do we have today on the economic calendar? And in about 1 hour 36 minutes from now, and I'm making this video around 11:25 a.m. So we have the news coming in on 1 p.m. and we have Bank of England monetary policy report, and also we're looking at the official bank rate votes. I think Bank of England has been really hawkish for some time now, and we're most likely to see Bank of England made up with consensus here. We're looking at a 4.0 percent consensus. We're looking at a 50 basis point increase in terms of interest rate. Okay, and later today we're also looking at from Euro. We also have the monetary policy statements coming in from Euro. That's around 2:15, and we are most excited to see what the the ECB is going to be doing. For the consensus here, they're looking at another 50% basis point. Yesterday we did see a 25% basis point meeting with consensus from FOMC, that from United States, and also Powell delivered a very soft landing yesterday. So we're looking at what could happen today. But before then, let's look at some of the chart setup here. I'm looking at for today. I'm looking at pound. Remember guys, when we're looking at USD card is still near our take profit area here, so we're still a little bit off that take profit area, and I expect that before the end of the week, maybe during NFP tomorrow, that we might hit that zone there. Okay, so we're looking at pound today. What opportunities do we have in pound? Let's look at what I spoke about in the channel also with pound early this morning. We had pound trading around the zone, and that was when I gave out this setup here. So we are expecting pound to hit the E wave and then expand up to the 1.25. Yesterday we did see euro hit 1.10. That's the first time in a long while. Okay, so that's the first time in a long while. So we've seen euro hit 1.10 and then reverses down. So we're going to be expecting some of volumes to come in for this kind of currency pace here. And remember guys, I'm still looking at DXY. I told you guys I'm expecting to see more of DXY hit up to the 92%, the 97 before I can expect a complete reversal. So yesterday it did show, or it did prove, that we were actually contracting in this environment here, and then price broke to the downside. So whatever is happening here for DXY, I think this is more of corrective pattern. Okay, so this is more of correction than a really impulsive move. So I'm expecting price to further continue downside in the week for DXY. All right, so let's take a quick look at what is going to happen on pound USD. What is our expectation? For my expectation on pound, I expect to see pound drop to some certain areas here, which I'm expecting that price is definitely contracting around a key environment. So what key environment am I looking at here for these? First, I want to point out to you first two things. Okay, so previously we're more of in a downtrend for pound. Okay, so we looked at post COVID-19 or post COVID, we're more of bearish on pound. So until we hit a certain level, and then pound started its bearishness, okay, or its bullishness rather. So we're looking at here, this was the extreme here, and while we were still trading this area here, remember guys, we did come up with a trade plan here, that also a similar one that also happening on the Nasdaq. Yesterday on the Nasdaq we had a little bit of divergence here during that period here, and I was looking at that divergence here. Let me show you guys what I was looking at then. Okay, we're looking at that divergence around this point here. Price was making higher highs and higher lows, and while the RSI here was making lower lows and lower highs. So you can see here, similar example here happened here, and then we had price made a different wave count. Alternatively, we're looking at the A 1 2 3 4 5, maybe at this extreme here, price made another one leg up before then this corrective pattern came in. And I think whatever happened here, this is a very key environment. That's, I just want to quickly go back first and then share with you why I think this area is very important, and it's also important for price to clear that range. Okay, so ECB for Bank of England, I think they're really interested in that zone or in this environment here. Either this environment could prove to be a very huge supply area that price hit around that point, could also hit one more time, hit again. I will not really look at this as a complete reversal from this point here, because we have so many bounce around this point, and we're looking at some sort of pattern here in this environment. So I think price is contracting inside of this zone to clear the range. So there is a great chance that price could clear this range or this huge supply area. So that's what I'm looking at. Maybe over time we could look at a retracement, maybe back into or onto the trend line. That's going to be what we're going to be putting up on future references. Okay, we're going to put up on future instances for. Okay, so but for now what I'm looking at is a possibility that price could clear this range. Okay, so I'm looking at the end of the E wave, at the end of the E wave, which I do not know when exactly that is going to be or what territory that is going to be, but I have a certain levels. Okay, certain levels here. So this is going to be my invalidation zone for the E wave. If price goes below this zone, which is the extreme of the C wave, okay, we can term or we can say that this is invalidated. Okay, and we can say that. So what I'm looking at here is wherever price would halt and reverse around this area before the release or from Bank of England here, I'm going to expect price to push off from that point, and I'm going to be expecting a massive push from that point. That's also going to be dependent on what Bank of England are going to be doing, if they're going to be meeting up with expectation, or they're going to be putting up a stunt. Okay, if there's going to be a sting at the end of the tail, we could see price continue downward. But either way, we have a trade plan and we're going to trade that plan. All right, so looking at the next one here that concerns the UK here is the UK 100 FTSE. What we're looking at previously back in the channel with you guys, but I want to share a little bit more light on it right now. So I'm just going to go over to this previous post. I was looking at this correcting in this format, but rather what did the market do? The market corrected in this huge drop. So I did look at some Fibonacci retracement tools. Okay, so I looked at it and we did tag nicely on the 61.8. so if you did tag that area 61.8 and you started looking at some long positions there, I think you should, or you would be in a good amount of profit at the moment. Okay, so best to do if you're in that trade, best to put your stop loss at entry or break even level. Okay, so you know that you're running a risk-free game on this one here. Okay, so we're not expecting any loss on this one because we are risk-free on this here. Okay, that's my expectation for this. Okay, so we are running risk-free. So if you took that trade, congratulations, you're running risk-free on that one. So that was posted also in the channel here. I did share with you guys yesterday, and also I was able to get out on my trade on UJ. Okay, I was able to get out my trade on UJ yesterday. It was a very crazy position, okay, but I was able to squeeze out some wins of that. Okay, so I'm just going to drag in my MT4. Just going to drag in my MT4. I'm going to show it to you right now, quick as possible. I have my pending orders here. So this was UJ yesterday on that position on UJ. You can look at my entry price. Okay, that was around 12951. I had a couple of positions there as well, so I was able to get on some profit, and this was the trade as well. So you can see that 129.49 yesterday was when I took the trade, and I had my stop loss just below here, so I was able to get out on some profit. Okay, so it wasn't a complete loss altogether, so I was able to get out on some profit yesterday. All right, so let's look at some few currency pairs which I'm going to be looking at ahead of the trading day and how I would look to approach it. Okay, so looking at the next one here, UJ here. So it's quite clear what UJ is actually doing at the moment, and initially what we were looking at here, we're looking at a price or a situation that price, let me just show it to you, my initial assessment or my initial trade plan. So this was the contraction I was looking at here for price to either move to the downside or move to the upside. So this was an indecision area. So now, so far so good that we have been able to come up with a trade plan and a decision making at the moment. So what I'm looking at here for UJ is a possibility that UJ is contracting on a bigger scale. All right, so on a bigger scale here, I'm looking at UJ contracting in this format here. So whatever is happening here, of if UJ is going to continue pushing up, so this here, I'm going to take this one out. So this here, this little contraction here, I think could have been the B wave of this structure. So this is ABC. So I'm going to label this correctly for you guys. So if you guys are watching this video here, you guys are going to learn a lot of stuff around this video here. So I'm going to look at this. So I'm waiting for the end of the wave, which is the E wave. So once price hits somewhere around there, that's when I'm going to put up another short position, maybe back into the downside. We don't know what level the E waves are going to hit, but definitely there's going to be an indication. Okay, so sometimes E waves could be slight movements. Okay, could be slight movements. So if we look at the Fibonacci 2 from this swing high here to this swing low here, so we've seen that we did tag the 38.2. so the E wave sometimes could be around 38.2. we do not know, so it could happen around there, so we do not know. So I'm just hoping that whenever the E wave will be ready, we'll be ready to hop on another position on that one. Okay, it's not going to be a big deal here. We're just going to be doing the exact thing that we've been doing over time, looking for trade patterns, looking for defined trade moves, and then hop into those positions. No new thing. All right, so with this, I think I have to wrap up this session. Before I do so, let me just take a quick look at Euro with you guys, and then see what I'm going to be doing with the Euro today. Euro today, I think I'm more of leaving the Euro to itself. Okay, I don't want to trade Euro today. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it for what it is. I'm looking at this huge breakout here, so I don't know what Euro is going to be doing today or what ECB is going to be doing today. So I just want to stay off Euro and then concentrate more on the pound, and also wait on the USD JPY, okay, for when it's ready. All right, so with that, I wrap up this session. See you next time. Like, subscribe, and if you have any question, you can ask on the comment section, and I will be glad to answer those questions in the next video. See you next time. I love you guys.